Bill, I've got a question about the compensation commission for condemnation proceedings. Is that a board that meets often, or is that like only if you guys have property that needs condemned, that you need consensus on how much it costs, or what's that board for?
The compensation board?
No,
The bottom one?
compensation commission for condemnation proceedings, like page 3. It's got the 4 different areas: the licensed real estate, the farm owner operators, the owners of town property, and people with knowledge of real estate values, which really, what is that? But I was just wondering how often those people met, if it was on like a only as we condemn property basis, or if they even knew they were still on this board.
I have not really.
Because last year, like, one of these people, their relative was like, I had no idea they were still on this, and I don't think they knew it either. So I didn't know if that was something that gets brought up a lot. And then also, out of the 28 people, what?
Who was that you were talking to? That didn't know they were on the board?
Kathy Krafka said her father, she didn't think her father was aware that they were still on that.
I mean, he's in the nursing home right now, so.
Oh, yeah, okay. So he's probably unable to.
Correct.
And then on the other hand, you still, out of the 28 people listed, 13 are from Tama, Toledo, out of 28 in the county. And so I didn't know if you could think about, if you are replacing anyone or adding more, the vacancies, it's not a maximum of 28, it's a minimum of 28. So there are vacancies. I didn't know if you could think about adding people from, say, Elbron or Montour or Cloutier area, especially for like the farm owner operators. They're all over the county, northern Tama County. It just seems like there's a high concentration in the Tama Toledo area for that board. And then also, if you had touched base with all the people on there, if they're still able to be a part of that. Or if it's a board that just hardly ever meets, that you have, minimal use of.
I don't think they meet very often, do they, Laura, unless there's a question?
Right, the last time they met was when the Highway 30 was going through town, or going east, and the DOT was taking some land or needing to buy some land, and if they didn't like the offer they made, then they had to have a hearing, and that's when those people get called into it.
And that would also be for if there was eminent domain, like they were talking about with the electric lines coming through, right?
So they don't meet very often at all, and they are all asked before they're put on that committee, so they've all been asked.
Is it a lifetime appointment?
I think pretty much. I don't think there's a term limit on it.
And you don't touch base with them to see how they're faring, if they're still able to be on the board?
Probably be good every 20 years to see if they still do
They're
it.
still alive.
They haven't voted on
Yeah.
this the whole time I've been here.
When those meetings
They still live in the
were
county?
happening
Yeah.
back when 30 was coming through, some of them then said, yeah, I don't wanna be on it anymore, and there were reappointments.
Do you tell them when they're appointed, this is a lifetime appointment? I mean, nobody expects that when you agree to be on a committee.
Or say, let us know if you don't want to be a part of it.
I don't know what's said when they're asked, but.
I think they're just asked to fill a position if they would, they'd be willing to, and if they said they would, if we feel they're a good candidate, that's who we pick.
Is
But
this,
nobody ever said anything about, if you choose this, you're gonna be on it for life.
Well, so then every 5 years, you think you should call and go, do you wanna serve again? I mean, to be on it, that's just crazy. Yeah, you're on it, and we'll never check back with you.
Well, we'll take that under advisement. But if you do know some people that you think from your area would be interested in these vacant positions, let us know.
is that like an application thing, like if you're applying for the zoning board or anything like that, or is that separate?
I don't know if there's any, I don't know if there is, the application.
You're Charles and Chester Bearden, brothers or father and son. That's odd.
They're brothers.
That's a little odd
That's what
that
it
you
is.
have brothers on here, I think.
A
Well,
lot
at
of
least
these, a lot of these boards are pretty hard to fill because
least they're from
a lot of
different
people
towns.
don't wanna do it.
Correct.
So if you get somebody that's interested in doing it, you don't wanna shut them down because they're brothers.
No.
No.
If Richard had a brother,
put my brother on, right?
But not you.
You're not answering that one, are you, Dan?
Just leave his name and number before.
So is there 5 or 6 volunteers here in this group that want to be on it? There you go.
That's right.
Yeah, just let us know.
Just put your name in. I want to be on it.
Don't fall into any of these categories.
Bill, I wanna be on the board to put up the nativity scene again next year. That's the hot seat. Is that on here?
No.
Nativity scene.
Probably could be.
And Bob wants to help me.
Is their farm?
Yeah, it was, we had to thank the people for showing up and helping. Let the city know.
Oh, you mean a new spot?
Yeah,
Yes, it's all board.
Oh, and your thank you was very nice.
all those volunteer firefighters that put that up, take their own time to put it up.
Oh,
So,
you didn't know that I was a Chiefs fan?
I didn't think you could get any more unknowledgeable about football.
They won the Super Bowl last year.
I was hoping it was a Case IH cat myself. But oh no.
They won last year?
You didn't buy it because you're a Swiftie,
See
right?
how much I paid.
No, I'm not a Swiftie. I was a fan before that.
That's the question you always get, don't you?
Well, nowadays, yeah.
I'm just kinda fed up with the whole deal because I was a Redskin fan.
Oh, I know.
So I really don't pay much attention at all.
The football team?
No. Commanders.
Oh, I know.
Or you could be the Cleveland Guardians in the baseball league.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, so I just kinda give up, but I've always kinda liked the Detroit Lions, especially for the colors, I like the colors. But I'm not gonna become a fan now, cause it's a bandwagon
Yeah.
jumper.
Kurt, this is not on the agenda.
Oh, sorry. But I was enjoying
And
it.
you're not standing up.
It wasn't
Hey,
bad at
I didn't
first.
stand up either, so.
I'd have a sheet that's.
Thank you.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Sheriff.
Oh, yeah.
I know, keep everybody
That's
back
true,
on
right?
task. You're fine.
I can't probably say it.
That was a good
That was
game.
state law.
It
The
was,
Lions game.
yeah.
I like them both.
It was.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
My son-in-law's a big
I don't
fan,
have-
so he was happy.
I've been a fan since I was like 4. My son-in-law got it.
This could be kind of interesting.
First thing I saw on Facebook was a meme of this referee doing,
I
I
was
just
hoping
it
to
was
get
a
one.
blue and white referee shirt with a Dallas star on it where his number's supposed to be.
And I love how people do that, because Cowboys have been shafted on so
Oh,
many
give me
different
a
plays.
break. Remember you're talking to your ex-Redskin?
I just don't pay
Not saying
attention
a
to
word.
any of it.
The question on the reappointment board, who is up and who's up? Is it everybody? Is it, who's the reappointment?
Sherry Parks
Uh-huh,
and,
I guess.
Nikki Ferris.
okay.
I didn't do that, I guess we-
And are they coming back on, or?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. How are their terms staggered, or how many people are there on that board?
Is there 6 on that?
I think it was 5.
Because Casey just came on, and did someone else come on with him, or was he by himself?
I think it was just Casey.
Nikki's only been on for
Okay,
about 3 years.
yeah, okay. That's good to hear that. Benton County kinda sounds like a mess right now, so it's good to hear. Keep the board moving.
I had a question on the compensation board's recommendations. We know the sheriff needs to be at that level, per state recommendation. Were the rest of the numbers considered, in light of having 2 more supervisors come on board and salaries for Tama County, going to be more? Did they discuss that at all?
That's why we're only getting 3%.
Bruce,
3.5.
Bruce Lauer was in here. and that's
Well,
what he
the
said.
8%, why did they go so much over the cost of living on those?
No, that was still below cost of living. That was to catch up with cost of living.
8% is cost of living,
Or just everybody else got it?
And they said
well,
Tama
everybody
County,
else got it, but is that what the tax is? The federal government said cost of living at 8%, that seems really odd.
and they said Tama County's still below everybody else.
That could be true, we're below in everything,
Yeah,
not
the
just salaries.
3.5% is because these guys aren't going to this brand new.
No, 14's for Dennis,
Which
8's
I got
for everybody
thinking
else,
that's much
except the
crap.
supervisors get 3.5%, because it's on,
I'm gonna have to call Dave. I'm upset.
We talked about it last week.
Supposedly.
It'll be on video eventually.
Dave's, I graduated Dave's sister. He's got a set of twins, twin brothers that was my sister.
Who is this?
Dave Forbes. She's on the,
He's the supervisor's representative or?
no, Travis.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
He's from Sure. Yeah, I've known him quite a while, so pretty nice guy.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
There? I don't know, we could ask. Follow up to Janet's question, what is the current salary for you guys before the raise?
19,000, I think.
Y'all the same?
What do you, what?
Cause
Laura, what's their current salary before the raise?
Yeah, it's in the thirties.
32 or 33.
I can go over and get the exact number, would you
Like what
like that?
currently?
The starting wage for first year.
Thank you.
I can't believe you didn't believe me.
they know what we're.
I know you had that smirk on your face, I thought I'd go to Laura.
Don't know, I don't.
I was thinking it was low 30s.
I think you did a good job.
Yeah.
What happens if they don't pass it? Then it goes back to the compensation board, or
They can lower it, accept it, or deny it,
lower it, accept or deny?
but they can't make it.
What happens if you deny though? I mean, that doesn't help anything, right?
We've got zero before,
Oh, then you can take it to zero.
yeah. Or if they
Oh,
deny it,
they
they can
won't,
ask.
they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, that would be a
They're not gonna do
good.
that.
They have done that a couple times.
Really?
Or they can ask the compensation board to meet again.
Got it, okay, I'm just curious.
So the supervisors currently make 37,414.26.
You told me 6 months worth, right?
That's, that's what the question was. There was 4, she said, what are you making 6 months?
Sorry, I'll enunciate more next time, Kurt.
Not enough.
Yeah, that's your.
What's the answer? Not enough.
And Laura, that was before the raise, right?
That is before the raise.
Thank you, Karen.
Boards that I could try.
I've talked to the funeral
Where?
home about getting 8%.
Do I do that every now and again?
At least 2
No, I don't
years.
really wanna
Said
go
every one of the counties up north
Mhm.
is not.
You get a volunteer, right? Cause 8% of nothing's
That's
not
part of it.
No, I don't volunteer.
Okay,
Why do you think I said I was happy with mine?
wasn't sure.
Yeah, I know.
But I could make more at McDonald's.
We'll do it.
I cannot see you working at McDonald's.
Okay, I have 9:30, we'll start our regular meeting. This is gonna be our reorganization meeting. Like to have a motion to approve last week's minutes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded to approve last week's minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, now for the reorganization. I would like nominations for chairman and vice chairman for the Board of Supervisors.
I'll nominate Kurt for chairman.
I'll second that. Yeah, all those in favor of Kurt Helmer for the chairman for next year, signify by saying aye.
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 Do I have to say something?
You don't have to, you got it.
Speech, Jack,
Aye.
speech.
Okay, for vice chair.
Nominate Bill Fairclough for.
Oh, no.
I'll second it. No. It was a motion and seconded.
Dan?
Sorry. I have to try, Bill.
Yeah. nominate Dan.
I'll second that. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
I guess, I.
Motion carried. Okay,
Bob got it through.
with that,
Worked out.
Kurt, I'm not gonna hit you over the head like I said I would. You are chair. Take over the meeting.
What?
You got the meeting.
Alright. Order. Alright, so we engineer.
Alrighty. What you wanna finish?
We didn't we do the minutes?
Yeah, but do you wanna finish the,
All the reorganization.
all
We all
the
gotta
reorganization?
finish the reorganization.
Where's it at?
This here. Where's your paper?
Right there?
There you go.
We need to go through each one of those.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Okay.
Goes fast.
Okay, we're down here.
So we start here?
Yeah.
For the auditor, to authorize the county auditor to pay postage, express freight, wages, salaries prior to being audited by the Board of Supervisors.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Opposed? Motion carried.
Authorized to pay all claims. I'll make a motion for the auditor to be authorized to pay all claims.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Okay.
Get a motion that the following newspapers be designated official newspapers of Tama County for the year of 2023. Tama County, or Tama Toledo News Chronicle, Tama, North Tama Telegraph, Traer. All in favor?
I'll make that
Oh, I'm
motion.
sorry.
I'll second it.
2024.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
This is for 24, not 23 also, fiscal year 20.
Did I say 23?
You did.
23, yep. That's okay.
Gotta
Just
get on board
verify
here.
it's for 24.
It did say 24 right there too. Can I get a motion that the following resolutions concerning the secondary road department be adopted?
And I can read it if you'd like.
Go ahead, please.
Resolution 1-2-2024A, temporary road closure resolution. Whereas section 306.41 of the Code of Iowa provided that the agency having jurisdiction and control over any highway in the state, or the chief engineer of said agency, when delegated by such agency, may temporarily close sections of a highway by formal resolution entered upon the minutes of such agency when reasonably necessary because of construction, reconstruction, maintenance, or natural disaster, and shall cause to be erected road closed signs and partial or total barricades in the roadway at each end of a closed highway section and on the closed highway where the highway is intersected by other highways if such intersection remains open. Any numbered road closed for over 48 hours shall have a designated detour route. The agency having jurisdiction over a section of highway closed in accordance with provisions of this section, or the persons or contractors employed to carry out the construction, reconstruction, or maintenance of the closed section of highway shall not be liable for any damages to any vehicle that enters the closed section of highway or the contents of such vehicle, or any injuries to any person that enters the closed section of highway unless the damages are caused by gross negligence of the agency or contractor. Now therefore be it resolved by the Tama County Board of Supervisors that the county engineer be authorized to close Tama County secondary roads as necessary, with the actual dates of closure to be determined by the county engineer as follows. 1. For construction, any project as described in the approved Tama County secondary road construction program for the year 2024 and any additional supplements thereto. 2. For emergency closure of any road maintenance purposes, any route deemed necessary by the county engineer.
Okay, I'll make the motion to, accept resolution 1-2-24A.
I will second that.
Okay,
All
roll call vote.
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
motion to approve the following depository resolution.
Okay, and I'll read that also. It's resolution 1-2-2024B. Be it resolved that the Tama County Board of Supervisors hereby resolves to authorize the county treasurer to deposit county funds in the following banks and set amount as follows. Iowa Public Agency Investment Trust in Des Moines, 4 million. State Bank of Toledo, 15 million. Dysart State Bank, Dysart, 2 million. Chelsea Savings Bank, Belle Plaine, Cloutier, and Traer, 2 million. Lincoln Savings Bank, 15 million. Northeast Security Bank, Dysart, 5 million. WCF Financial Bank, Tama, 5 million.
I'll make that motion that we accept resolution 1-2-2024B.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call vote. Kurt,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Dan.
Aye.
Okay, now we need a motion that the following banks be designated as depositories for 2024 as follows.
County Auditor, 20,000, State Bank of Toledo. County Recorder, 125,000, State Bank of Toledo. County Sheriff, 200,000, State Bank of Toledo. County Sheriff, 10,000, Farmers Savings Bank, Traer. County Sheriff, 10,000, First Interstate Bank, Gladbrook. County Sheriff, 25,000, Lincoln Savings Bank, Tama.
I'll make that motion.
I will second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
The chairman of the County Board of Supervisors made the following appointments for 2024. County buildings would be the Board of Supervisors. DCAT Executive Board, which is Department of Human Services, Dan Anderson. Department of Human Services Advisory Board, Kurt Hilmer. County Emergency Agency, EMA and 911, Dan Anderson. Tama County Economic Development Commission, Board of Supervisors. Farm Administration, County Farm Rental, Dan Anderson. Livestock Evaluation, Dan Anderson, alternate Bill Faircloth. Board of Health Services, Kurt Hilmer, alternate Bill Faircloth. Health Insurance, contact person for insurance information, Tammy Wise. Heartland Insurance Coordinator, Tammy Wise. Heartland Risk Pool Insurance County Trustee, Dan Anderson. Heartland Insurance Alternate Trustee, Kurt Hilmer. 6th Judicial District, Kurt Hilmer. Tama County Daycare, doing business as Kids Corner Daycare Incorporated, Bill Faircloth and Dan Anderson. Northeast Iowa Response Group, Dan Anderson. Kendall Jordan Designee, alternate Ryan Gudenbauer, EMA Director. Northeast Iowa Area on Aging, Kurt Hilmer. RC&D Commission, DNR and U.S. Fish and Wildlife, Bill Faircloth. Region 6 Planning Commission, Dan Anderson. Safety Director, Garrison Rinkers. Safety Coordinators, Risk Pool Insurance, Tammy Wise, HR and Insurance Administrator, Ben Dulesky, Engineer. Tim Dolezal, Road Foreman. Nick Coffrin, Assistant Road Foreman. Curtis Behrens, Conservation. Dave Sherwood, Landfill. Laura Kopsa, Auditor. Ryan Gudenbauer, EMA. Dirk Henley, Maintenance Supervisor. ADA Coordinator, Tammy Wise. ADA Compliance Officer, Dirk Henley. Satusi, Dan Anderson. South Central Iowa Workforce Development, Bill Faircloth. Central Iowa Juvenile Detention, Bill Faircloth, alternate Kurt Hilmer. Local Emergency Planning Committee, Board of Supervisors. Landfill Commission, Board of Supervisors. County Social Services Region, Bill Faircloth. Shared Area Radio Agreement, Jeremy Cremines, 911 Director. It's further agreed if for any reason the chairman is unable to act, the other members of the Board of Supervisors may act in his behalf.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve those appointments.
motion and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Motion, we need a motion to appoint the following.
County Engineer Ben Deleski, Medical Examiner Dr. David Bethel, MD, Deputy Medical Examiner vacant, Medical Examiner Investigators Dallin McEltree Toledo, Jason Vina Traer, Relief Director and Veterans Affairs Elizabeth Ledvina, Weed Commissioner Tavius Stevens, Zoning Administrator Tavius Stevens.
I will make that motion.
I'll second that.
Got a motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We, motion to set the following days, the county offices will be closed in 2024 to observe the following holidays.
President's Day, Monday, February 19th, Good Friday, Friday, March 29th, Memorial Day, Monday, May 27th, July 4th, Thursday, July 4th, Labor Day, Monday, September 2nd, Veterans Day, Monday, November 11th, Thanksgiving, Thursday and Friday, November 28th and 29th, Christmas Eve, Tuesday, December 24th, Christmas Day, Wednesday, December 25th, New Year Day, Wednesday, January 1.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve that.
I will second.
Okay, we got a motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We need a motion to set the regular meeting day for every Monday at 9:30 a.m. unless changed for some reason.
I will make the motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
I have a question about that. Your current meetings start at 8:30 and they're listed as starting at 8:30 because of the work session, so would this mean your work session starts at 9:30? Or your work session still starts at 8:30?
Still starts at 8:30.
Still starts at 8:30. This is for the regular meeting.
The
not
official
the
meeting starts at 9.
Right, but you're still taking minutes because it's,
They aren't taking action,
okay.
so their official meeting is when they take action.
Cause you, I mean, on the agenda, you still list that the meeting starts at 8:30. We've had guests come because they think the meeting starts at 8:30. So I just was curious about the timing, if we're still doing the work session at 8:30.
Still do the same.
Okay.
Okay, we need a motion to approve the 2024 Tama County Compensation Commission for condemnation proceedings as follows.
And I'm not gonna read that unless somebody asks me to, it's available to look at, I had it out here before the meeting
Yeah.
started, but.
I'll make a motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
Okay, we got a motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Resolution, construction evaluation. Okay. You got that?
Do you what?
Motion resolution 1-2-24C, construction evaluation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, resolution 1-2-2024 construction evaluation resolution. Whereas Iowa Code Section 459.304 subsection 3 sets out the procedure if a Board of Supervisors wishes to adopt a construction evaluation resolution relating to the construction of a confinement feeding operation structure. And whereas only counties that have adopted a construction evaluation resolution can submit to the Department of Natural Resources, DNR, an adopted recommendation to approve or disapprove a construction permit application regarding a proposed confinement feeding operation structure. And whereas by adopting a construction evaluation resolution, the Board of Supervisors agrees to evaluate every construction permit application for a proposed confinement feeding operation structure received by the Board of Supervisors between February 1, 2024 and January 31, 2025, and submit an adopted recommendation regarding the application to the DNR. And whereas the Board of Supervisors must conduct an evaluation of every construction permit application using the master matrix created in Iowa Code Section 459.305, but the board's recommendation to the DNR may be based on the final score of the master matrix, or may be based on reason other than the final score of the master matrix. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Supervisors of Tama County that the Board of Supervisors hereby adopts this construction evaluation resolution pursuant to Iowa Code Section 459.304, subsection 3.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 1-2-2024C, construction evaluation resolution.
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call vote. Kurt?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
So does this mean that there's no overriding your decision either way?
The DNR makes a decision.
So it's just a recommendation?
It's a recommendation that we do on all.
They'll make the
all
final decision regardless. Okay, thank you.
We make recommendations on all, hog buildings, cattle lots,
Okay.
new cattle lots.
Okay, can I get a motion to accept the county department heads' appointments of staff in their offices?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. And we also need a motion to approve the claims for payments as presented.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, got a motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Okay, so we can go on now.
I'm still
You're
here.
the man.
I'm still here.
How you doing, Dale?
Doing alright.
Did you get that rock out there for the
Yep.
ladies, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
We're kinda blading it in today.
Great, thank you very much for doing that.
Yep. January, oh gosh, I'm just gonna read off the whole thing. No, but, this week we'll be receiving our last, motorader. We had two, and one was came in last week, and we get another one in this week. They'll be going to Gladbrook and, Chelsea sheds. And got some new V-plows for those as well. And we're stockpiling rock at Chelsea still, yeah, using those haulers to keep going. Last week we weren't able to go as much if we had snow equipment on those machines, so this week, weather looks nice for now. Could change, but, we're finishing up brush cutting on O Avenue, and then, weather kind of depending, we'll move on to, 270th Street east of O Avenue, and getting that, doing some more of that sort of thing, so. And then K Avenue, they're just still keeping at her, and we'll see if weather will work out once they get all the deck and the seal tied and stuff like that. I don't know. Hoping, but the chances are dwindling, so. And then I have here a resolution for posting weight limits on, Tama County structures. Here's a small map. I need to get you guys off a bigger map, like that one, for you guys. This one's still a little small. I still need to work on it a little bit. But kind of has the two closures of the one V Avenue, just south of Highway 30, and then 285th Street that we closed just this past couple weeks. So
you need a motion for that?
Yes.
For the agreement?
Yeah.
It's a resolution.
Yeah.
Resolution.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
That was me.
Okay. And that is also printed out, I'll read it if somebody wants me to read that all to you, but it is printed out.
You make it.
I'll make motion that we approve resolution 1-2-2024D,
motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
That's the resolution, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, it
roll
is,
call
yeah.
vote. Yes, Kurt,
Sorry.
Bill,
Aye.
Dan,
What do the three columns represent in the load limit tons?
That would be, this different, you know, when you see the placard, have you seen one of those placards that has the small truck and then has a semi and then the two semi kinda configuration, so it's the different configurations, of loading there.
Like a box truck, a semi, and then
Yeah.
a double axle or
Yeah.
double trailer.
Double trailer, yeah.
Regular
Truck.
truck.
Yeah.
Semi.
So then, yeah, some of them we just have a single 10-ton, others we have. I know we have quite a few 28, 40, 40, which are legal loads, but with, they're legal, but any overhaul on those roads shouldn't be done. I got here a utility permit, for, Iowa Regional Utilities, I guess it's, yep. They're gonna be putting a water line on T-47 underneath, it'll be 3-inch PVC encased, it's a 1.5-inch water line service, and they're gonna put it under, T-47, so. Yes, that would be. Then we have some purchase agreements, to sign. This one being, on E Avenue, Vernald Wobuking, is the landowner. It's pretty small chunk, it's 0.03 acres, but this is Arnold, let's see.
You want to do both of them at the same time?
Or all three at
I
the
think
same.
we'll do them separately.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the purchase from Ronald.
Second that.
Okay, we have a motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Could you tell the amounts? We can't hear the amounts that were paid.
The-
Go ahead. It'd be $1,000, $1,000, $12.22 to be exact.
Yeah.
You wanna sign the recommended, or?
He's the new chair.
Okay.
Right here?
Approved by.
Right here?
Yep. We'll just keep that one there and then we'll
Yep.
sign all of them up. This is, purchase agreement for, Herbert Winsing Revocable Trust. This is on the west side of F Avenue. It is 0.18 acres, and the dollar amount is, $6,275, .75 cents, so.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Get you the right
page.
And the last one, this would be, Herbert Winsing Trust as well, again, but this is on the east side of the road. It is 0.1 acres, and the cost would be $3,610.24.
Okay, I'll make the motion to approve that.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Yes.
That's, January, 1907. Little dated for you. See if I can get our big printer to print for you.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
That was pretty much it from what I had, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Ben.
Ben, you have a break.
You too. Sorry about your loss about the Hawkeyes.
What are you talking about?
You don't remember, oh, you put it in the back of your memory, didn't you?
What happened?
Call that a
Citrus
drubbing.
bowl, the citrus bowl?
Somebody showed up.
I don't know.
I think there's some stubbornness going on the coaching staff, I believe,
Oh.
for some reason.
There's this one too, Ben, I had him sign that.
Could've been that.
Oh.
And then that's the due date.
21, nothing.
Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Sure, went to the garage and started working.
That did not look good.
I was waiting for that.
Well,
I was gonna remind you.
I had a hard time, knowing that,
I did not say.
Iowa State did lose.
I was gonna say, I wasn't gonna say a word, but then you were very rude.
I
When
know.
the Iowa
State
game up.
But not.
Yeah, not that bad, yes.
Hey, you need to raise your hand, come
You know,
up
I'm
here.
a Hawkeye
and
fan
speak.
too, but at least Iowa State scored.
Pretty embarrassing.
Hopefully it'll be a better new year, right?
That's right.
For everybody.
Thanks, Ben.
Alright, thanks.
See
See
you.
you guys.
I see Tammy's here.
I got nothing.
That nothing?
Just come to see us? Awesome, awesome.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Okay, we meet with the Historical Society to discuss lease on building. Oh wait, that's last time. Never mind, I'm sorry. You looked at me like I was lost.
Like, what? I was lost.
I was lost too. Okay, okay.
How about claims?
Can we?
We did claims, didn't we?
No.
No,
Oh,
we
we
haven't,
haven't,
okay.
okay.
Can I get a motion to approve this week's claims?
I'll make motion to approve this week's claims. There are 1,000,000, and because I was two graders, $1,061,303.59.
I'll second.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Right.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.
Starting out with a bang, aren't we? $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Just a load of calves, Laura.
Yeah.
Dan's gonna haul in
There
a
you
load
go.
tomorrow. Friday.
Pocket change.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta have the graders.
You do have to have them.
So,
You go to the report,
Is it?
reappointments, board members to the Public Health Board. It was Sherry Parks and
Mickey
Mickey.
Ferris.
Mickey Ferris. Can I get a motion to reappoint them?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, we had a motion second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Take action on comp board's recommendations.
I'll make a motion, we accept comp board's recommendations.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Now the organizational meeting.
We just did
Good.
that.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah.
See, this stuff isn't in
We
order.
always have to start with that, that was my.
You know what? You guys are confusing me.
Well, you do this first and then you go to that.
Oh, is that how it works? Chairman,
Unless up here, there's something that's 9:45.
Chairman Helmer adjourned the meeting.
Yep,
I like that part.
Yep, I'm gonna adjourn you at 10:02.
Awesome.
Do a lot in that
Does Kurt get a jar of candy when he gets the job?
I used to do a good job. I haven't done a good job replenishing mine.
Well, he's got a whole jar
I
of
know
right
it.
there.
Happy New Year.
Yep.
Anything yours? Sherry Parks.
It's kinda late
And
since
Michelle.
Ben left, the fence out of county homes for that patch. You should
Yeah,
start
yeah,
thinking
go,
about
go,
that.
got to your point, yeah. Yep, and it's for
Well,
your turn.
where they put the new, all
Spell
parking
it,
areas,
it's on-
they just
it's on here too.
electric fence across there.
Or somewhere, yeah, right there.
I know, it doesn't look right,
What's
I
that?
know.
Get a bid.
It's a long packet, 8 pages.
Yeah.
What do you think? Hey, Eric, you think we should put it up the hill a little ways, or up the hill?
Burning out.
I think they got the grade good enough, low, easy. I think we put fence at the top, the cattle are gonna put their, and they're gonna wash it out.
Put it down where it is.
That's my opinion.
Put it where it is.
Yeah.
I'll get with Ben to make sure he's all right. And I'll walk around. I don't,
That's enhanced.
well, I'm talking about Ben.
Say no passwords, Karen.
Thanks for warning me.
It was like after you already touched it.
They hire, and you don't know.
Fence was
Yeah, originally it was right around.
The Canada was at 12.
Yeah, they have.
That's what we did this last time.
like in grassroots.
Yes, we've done it twice, right?
Yeah, you got
Yes.
Thank you for reminding
Yes,
me.
I'm here.
Where is it?
Yeah, so I'm gonna-
Junior Jack.
When you quit, you quit, just call it.
So, I'll call the company. I think they're the original. I don't know
Yeah. Yeah. It's on there, so. If you don't want it, just put 0 on the front of it. When there's a
Something like that.
Well, I know.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, I can believe that.
That's the best.
And he drives, so.
It's like,
he's gonna walk with her.
you say you put
You're in Des Moines, I've had area, so we're going to.
And so, I mean, the only good thing about it.
Starting wage, we got very low. It's 14.9999. Right at
That's right. That's right.
We don't have any business, right? Hey, when's that?
Anyway, so.
No,
And she wanted to-
No, she's already been.
Between the two of you, sit down.
No, it's not rent. We got another grandkid coming this week.
It doesn't take long.
Not
You don't have to.
No, not when it's.
So we
let them come into the world.
Looks like February's pretty
We
open.
just normally spend
That's good.
It always seems open too after January, you know.
Next week.
Starts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Good old Don.
I
didn't forget.
She's economic.
He really can't.
I know.
You got somebody to help you out.
No, he's smart, he's good.
I'm still like.
Exactly. All these kids
A lot of
coming back.
kids out
Hey,
right now.
our shirt's matched. We're on the very stage.
Really?